Ooh, we are going to be up for qualifying in a minute and a half. 1 hour race at Barcelona. It is going to be a night race. Qualifying is at 6 p.m. in game, but the actual race is going to be 10 p.m. So that'll be pretty sweet because the main thing I dislike about this track is how easy it is to overheat some of your tires. So it being at night, it should help with that. Mercedes felt good in practice here. So hoping we'll be fighting in the top 5 or so. We're going out in 45 seconds. Got a lot more pros than AMs. Well, no. It's close to 50-50 split, actually. So 145 dead for the best AM. Something tells me a couple people in AM should probably be ranked pro, but
okay,
no, I think it did say faster 145 left. Here was pro time. So all right.
Air and track temps are increasing. Air temperature is now 27. The track temperature is now 29 Celsius. Track's clear. Push, push, push. We've got 9 minutes to do the business. Your brakes are cold. Be careful. Yellow flag. Incident clear. Back to green flag.
Whoop.
P20.
All right, let's see where we can end up.
Yellow flag, sector 2. Sector 2 is clear. Fastest lap for Gonzalez, 144.53. The guy ahead has just done a 145.72.
All right.
P5.
45.3. Should have gone down a second there.
Okay, Brandon, 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left.
Come on.
They'll delete this lap, track limits. Your brake temps are good. Yellow flag in sector 1. Green flag sector 1. Eighth place.
All right, we can get a lot higher. I get on the gas a little over there.
Sector 1 time's okay. Okay, Brandon, you've got half your fuel left. We need to find a tent in sector 2.
This is about to be a big jump.
New fastest lap for Wimmer, 143.62.
All right, how many places is basically a second worth? There we go.
P3. Sector 3 is 0.29 off the pace.
Big gap to P2 though.
That's 5 minutes of fuel left. Two minutes to go, 2 minutes.
I definitely lost some time there.
Yellow flag. Incident clear. Green flag.
Alright, we're gonna fuel for 2 more laps, but only enough time for 1 more lap. Let's see.
Sector 3 is 0.5 off the pace. Very little fuel left.
Really, I'm just trying to defend third. Yeah, that's not the fastest way, for sure. Alright, I think we held down third place, though. Yeah, so we'll be... It's going to be the same 2 guys as Laguna Seca. Jimmy and Sparrow are going to be...
That's the end of the session. P3.
Now, one thing I realized I forgot to warm up on was pit stop entry. But
60 minutes. P3.
we will cross that road when we get there. Alright, let's load our setup for practice. This should be exactly what we need.
The track temp is 29. The air temp is 27 Celsius.
Yeah, I can't remember where this guy was pace-wise. I want to say there was a third car with us. It was me, Jimmy, Sparrow, and there was one other person. And I can't remember who it was. But either way, hopefully we can hold third place. It seems like the McLarens are pretty powerful here. So unless there's an accident or they botch a strategy or something, don't know if we'll really be in the fight up there, but Mercedes feels good. We'll see how tire wear does. Ideally, pit right around the 30-minute mark. Alright, I'll make sure tires start as long as possible. My strategy, I did say we were doing a formation lap, right? Yes, formation lap, okay. 1 hour. Good start is going to be crucial here. We're going to start on the right, so we'll have the inside of turn 1, but we'll immediately be on the outside for turn 2.
Follow car number 791 in the right column.
Let's try to do a brake stand real quick, and that might have screwed up my position.
Go, go, go. On your left. He's still there. Clear left. Wimmer is now in the lead.
Lambo's a little... sloppy's a strong word, but it's a little obvious he's on cool tires. Let's see. much quicker than the Porsche through there.
All right, Brandon, relax, focus, keep it smooth. P4. We're running on fumes, mate. In this lap, box this lap.
God, that fucking terrified me for a second.
Yellow flag. Green flag, you're clear.
I knew I loaded my setup.
Green flag in sector 1. Very little fuel left. Hit this lap, in this lap.
I wonder if he's going to tell me this every single lap. Whoa!
Car on your left. Left side's clear. Left side. Keep your line. He's still with you.
Alright, well that could have ended
You are clear on the left.
much worse than it did, at least. Jim's over here trying to sabotage my race. Distracting me.
P6.
Aaron dipping his toes in the sand.
That's a new fastest lap for Wimmer, 144.54. Okay, Brandon, there's a car exiting the pits, heads up.
All right, we're
Matching
faster
race
than the
pace.
Ferrari.
That lap time was 144.77.
Aaron, that was interesting.
The gap to Sparrow
Strategy choice,
is now
okay.
1.4. Nice one, mate. The gap behind is now 0.8. That's a new fastest lap for Wimmer, 144.37. P5.
All right. Right side's clear.
All right, back marker's clear. I actually really like racing this track at night.
Connor is now leading.
Don't have any tire overheating issues.
New fastest lap for Wimmer, 144.15.
But us three right here, we were a tenth apart in quali.
P5.
It is going to be close.
Fastest lap for Wimmer, 144.06.
Alright, what are our lap times? Alright, we're faster than both of them, at least the last lap.
Okay, Brandon, stay close. Wait for him to make a mistake.
That Porsche is pushing hard.
Sector 2 is 0.8 off the pace. Don't wait too long, find that gap.
Whoops. All right, I don't think we're gonna have to worry about anybody catching up behind.
That was 145.30.
Car left. Still there.
Oh,
Clear on the left. On your left. Still there. He's still there. Keep your line. Clear left.
Good move, mate. The gap in front is now 0.9.
There's a guy on your right.
oh, he might snag it back.
Still there. Clear right.
Oh, he went in real deep there.
Right side. Right side's clear.
McLaren's back in play now. Right after I said
Hold
something.
your nerve, just keep it smooth. No mistakes.
Left side. You are clear on the left.
Fastest lap for Gonzalez, 144.02. We've gone out of track limits, keep it between the lines. You've got half your fuel left.
There's a car right. Clear right.
All right,
Awesome
let's
move,
see.
mate.
I'm getting McLaren now. Yeah. It's like he second guessed whether he braked too early or not. And I say that because I've done that before.
new fastest lap for Gonzalez, 144.00.
All right.
P4. The gap behind is now 0.8. Okay, Brandon, you're gaining on the guy in front. The gap is 1.1 seconds. We've just cut the track.
Well. That's gonna be a warning too, isn't it? Nope. Alright, we did a faster lap than him. Not bad. Lost a place, but it's to the Lamborghini ahead, who we've been keeping up with, so. I think it's going to be a close fight. Oh, God. I am a little nervous about the pit stop though. I didn't practice going into the pits. I know pretty much where the marker is, but ooh, he hit that kind of sloppy. Almost got it within a second.
Okay, Brandon, lap times are pretty consistent.
Yeah, this has been a fun series. It's a good spread. Forget what the last round is. Hopefully it's a good track.
The gap in front is now 0.7.
No, we didn't fight round one. Round one was with... It was someone in a Beamer. Jimmy may have been part of that race at some point, but it was last weekend's race at Laguna Seca where it was me, him, and Sparrow, and then there was one other person that was involved for a little bit. Let me get another warning there.
Keep it within the track limits.
Yeah, I was not expecting Barcelona to be my most competitive track so far. But Mercedes seems to enjoy it. He rockets out of that last corner.
There's a car rejoining in front.
Interesting. All right, let's see what happens here. Whew.
Come on, man, send it already.
All right, it's not just me with rear end getting loose. All right, stay to the left. There we go. Yeah, that's why I'm glad we are doing it at night,
P4.
because the tires at least aren't overheating like crazy. Yeah, that's what normally happens when I race here. Alright, try to get a nice toe. That lane was quick on the straights though. I was catching the Porsche a lot quicker. Whoa. I think that brake marker braked early, or back marker braked early. All right.
All right, Brandon, this bastard's holding you up. You've got to find a way past. That lap was a 146.19. Sector 2 is a second off the pace.
He's on your left. Clear left.
Yeah, that thing's got some straight line speed.
Stay on him. There'll be a chance. Just done a 146.02.
Probably gonna pit this lap. Oh, he's going deep.
Watch your speed limit in the pits. When we exit the pits, we'll be in P13.
It wasn't
right behind both
doing
here.
a spit entry, but
Okay, Brandon, we're halfway through. We think about 2 minutes of fuel remaining.
oh, I really want that car to leave. This is my worst nightmare. All right, we didn't ruin it. We're probably gonna have way too much fuel, but that's fine.
Pit exit's clear. Push.
All right, no traffic.
Blue flag. The leader, Wimmer, is pitting.
All right, clean, clean.
Sparrow is leading the race.
All right, Sparrow is the Porsche that we were battling early on.
car leaving the pits. 10th position.
Oh, that was Jimmy, wasn't it? Yep. It wasn't nearly as close as I thought it was going to be. He's got to contend with that McLaren too.
The gap behind's increased to 2.3 seconds. Okay, Brandon, there's a car exiting the pits, heads up.
Yeah, we'll get I think we'll get third place.
Great driving, keep it up, P4.
As long as I don't do anything stupid. Got some traffic
The
though.
gap ahead is now 2.3 seconds.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Left side, there's a car. Left side's clear.
Kind of like that color scheme on that Mercedes there. Interesting one.
Car left. Be on the left.
Come on, Brandon, good stuff, keep it coming.
All right.
This is excellent, mate, keep it up, P3.
18 seconds behind P2. You know what's funny? I don't know. It could be placebo, but I learned the other day that I was using
2.9 seconds.
AMD FreeSync wrong. Or not technically wrong, but basically I had the game set to output FPS of my monitor. But what you're really supposed to do is have it set one less than your monitor, so if it ever goes, to basically prevent it ever going above your monitor's refresh rate, because then FreeSync won't work and you'll get screen tearing. So I've always had to have VSync on to have no screen tearing. But once I learned that, lowered it to 119 instead of 120, and now
That's a new fastest lap for Gonzalez.
Disabled VSync.
144.00.
and I'm getting no tearing, and technically I should be having slightly lower input lag, slightly less input lag. Maybe that is the secret
That last lap was a 144.81.
to the podium here. Yeah, because apparently the theory goes if, you know, it hits, you know, 0.2 frames or 0.5 frames or whatever above what your monitor's refresh rate is, then FreeSync is unable to work for that half a second.
New fastest lap for Gonzalez. 143.87.
Yeah, it'll, like he said, when people join the lobby, it'll do that.
This is spot on. That's 20 minutes to go. 20 minutes.
If you can turn on, I mean, you can turn on your frame counter and just see if it's a massive frame drop from something, but if there's people joining, which in a public lobby is going to be, there's going to be a lot more people hopping in and out. That's like, yeah, I would do some single player, and if you're not getting the same issue in single player, like with AI, then I would assume all it is people joining. All right, second place is pulling ahead. Jimmy's lapping about the same as us, so.
The gap behind is now 3.4 seconds.
It's just going to be not making big mistakes. Is it just like the driver info, basically? Like driver info and number.
consistency. Keep them coming. P3. "15 minutes remaining, 15 minutes to go. Just keep hitting your marks. This is looking good."
I mean, I wonder how much of it is also just like a safety thing in case people are putting shit on liveries and not supposed to.
Now 2.6 seconds.
Oh, little deep. Jimmy actually is gaining a tiny bit. Technically has 1 lap newer tires.
Your lap time was 1:45.38.
Alright, we're getting time back on him. Dude, first and second are within a second of each other. Jimmy's also got Sparrow. That Sparrow and the Porsches caught back up to him.
The gap behind is now 3.1 seconds.
Has he won both races so far? He's been toward the top on all of them so far, I know that. P3 and P2.
Minutes remaining, 10 minutes.
I don't know what I was doing turning into orbit there. Alright, yeah, Sparrow's definitely caught up to Jimmy. They've dropped back a ton too, so they're clearly fighting. God, the guys at front are so close too. Meanwhile, we're here having a pretty peaceful race, actually.
Need to find a 10th in sector 3. Pulling away from the guy behind. The gap's now 5.1.
Whoops.
Stay between the lines, please, Brandon.
Sparrow still hadn't got past Jimmy yet. It's the it's a program called Crew Chief that you download, and there's like different voices that you can choose from, and it's been a while since I first set them up, but yeah, I think you can customize how much info he gives you. So you mute the guy that is in the game, and you just run that program in the background. And it works, it's not just for ACC, it works for pretty much every sim. It's funny, when I first started watching people's streams on PC, because I came from Xbox, so for a while I just watched Xbox people's streams. I thought this guy's voice, there was one streamer I watched, and I watched a few races, and I thought this guy's voice was like, that he had someone in like a Discord
5
chat
minutes to go. You're looking good for a podium.
that was like his teammate or something. I thought it was a real person for the longest time. Ooh, Gonzalez got a drive-through. Holy shit. That's game-changing for me and for
5.7 seconds.
Wyman. I don't know how long a drive-through is. It is a pretty long pit lane. It's so late in the race too that I wonder if he'll just finish the race and take the penalty at the end.
Gonzalez ahead is pitting.
Oh, no, he's doing it. All right, let's see.
Your lap times are increasing. Come on, get back on it.
Yep. I don't think he has enough time.
That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
Relatively speaking, this race has been very stress-free considering the result. The part that gave me the most stress was when the pit crew guy told me after the first lap that I was out of fuel and I needed to pit again for some reason, even though I had like 50 liters in there. It scared the shit out of me. All right, one more lap.
P2.
Yeah, I'm not worried about him catching. Unless I do something really stupid.
Okay, Brandon, 5 minutes of fuel remaining. 5 minutes.
Car feels better right now than it did at the end of the first stint. For the most part. At least the front end does. Rear end's about the same, but the front end feels better. All right.
Great drive. That's a podium.
Oh my God, that Mercedes just...
The guy on your left. You're clear on the left.
Ooh, qualified P3. That's where I was expecting to finish. Wasn't expecting P2. But yeah, I got along with this track way better than I normally do. And I can't remember if I've driven this car here before, where it's really just this car like here, or if it's being at night and not having to worry about overheating the tires. I want to see if Sparrow didn't get Jimmy in the end. Wow. Gonzalez had the fastest lap. Yeah, that... Oh. Oh, he left. That's why I did that. So my fastest lap I set way early in the race. Ooh. All right. Yeah, really happy about that, actually. And again, like I said, just very stress-free. It's like the least amount of work I've had to put in for a podium in like a competitive setting. But yeah, there's 3 more races left in this season. So I'll be using the Mercedes through that. And then I will be done using the Mercedes for good, and we'll pick a new main. So got to figure out which one I want to do. But tomorrow I'll be streaming iRacing as usual. And then Wednesday, it's the LFM off week. So there's like a multi-class race. Depending on how populated those are, I might try to run GT4. But if it's like 2 GT4 signups and 25 GT3s, I'll run a GT3. But yeah, I'm between the Ferrari, the new McLaren, and the new Porsche. Those are 3 cars I haven't used yet.
The track temp is 21. The air temp is 21 Celsius.
And yeah, the McLaren, I won't feel so bad using the McLaren next LFM season because they're going to be doing a custom BOP. So, because there's a few tracks right now where the McLaren's a little OP. But yeah, the Ferrari, I liked. The Ferrari drives very smooth. Like before this last season where I ended up picking the Mercedes, I test drove them all, and I didn't dislike any of them. I think the McLaren was more hit and miss for me based on track. And then the Mercedes, Porsche, and Ferrari, I felt consistent at every track. And I was just, Kyalami's my favorite track. I was faster in the Mercedes there by a tiny bit, so I went with that. But I do prefer mid-engine cars, so I think it's going to be nice to get back to either the to one of the other three. Yeah, that's the thing with the McLarens. I don't know how long it'll take for them to fix it, or but like I said, I mean, LFM, if they do a custom BOP, that's really, you know, unless I pretty much just do LFM for ACC, and then if there's a league that works for my time zone, because I know like there's a lot of North American ones, but they start races real late. This one starts them a little earlier, which is nice. So I don't think there'll be another league. I'm doing ACC league. But yeah, and then so yeah, Wednesday will be LFM off week, and then Sunday will be the next round of this. And then in just a couple weeks, the Box 3 IMSA series starts. So I'll be in the Cadillac GTP for that. Don't know if I'll be making the first race yet. I might be going to Petit Le Mans, Road Atlanta that day. I got like family coming in and got to see if friends want to go. I don't know if I'll end up having time to get out there for the whole day, but I'm planning to make every other race if I don't make the first one. So that's going to be a whole new world GTP. I got to get some practice in on Daytona. But yeah, that's pretty much what's coming up. And then Forza will be coming out. What is it, October 10th? So I'll probably do like a first impression stream on that. I get it with Game Pass. I don't think I'm going to pay the extra to play it 5 days early or whatever, unless like reviews come out and are incredible. But yeah, I mean, I get it with Game Pass, so it's like that's why I'm just going to play it for free and see if it's any fun. Because it's not going to be a replacement for like iRacing or ACC, but you know, it'll be an interesting game. I feel like they've added enough stress. I mean, really, it's just how the game feels, because the physics are completely redone or whatever. So it could play like complete shit, or it could play really good, or it could play not that different from previous ones. But I don't know. I like the way they're doing the live service. Sounds like it's going to be better or more entertaining. It's not going to be a pure like FOMO setup like Horizon is. It's basically just going to be each week there's different cars that are like spotlighted and different classes that are spotlighted, and they're going to have like timed races, kind of like LFM, where it'll match people up based on like skill and safety rating and all that. So it's interesting. They have good ideas. It's whether they're gonna, you don't know if that shit's gonna work until everyone starts getting their hands on the game. But like I said, it's part of Game Pass. I have Game Pass, so I have no reason not to try it. And then yeah, they're not having they're doing just the car packs like they do, and that's really it. But they don't but they're not having like a battle pass type thing or anything like that. And then it's still going to have like the open class racing where you just tune a car up to a certain class and do all that. And then WRC 20, I can't remember if it's called WRC 23, if it has a number on it or not. Yeah. Well, and it means the 60 FPS lock on PCs on multiplayer too. That's the one thing I keep forgetting about. That might be jarring. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it'll serve its purpose and find its own little niche. But yeah, WRC I'm way more excited for. I'm way more excited for WRC. I'm just like scared of what the catch is, because the game seems way too good to be true right now. It's like not a $70 game. If you own Dirt Rally 2, you get 10% off on Steam on the new one. The Rally Pass or whatever is purely just cosmetics. So like actual game content sounds like it's just going to be added. I think the only downside so far is if you do triple screens, it doesn't have real triple screen support. It just can do a crazy wide ultra or crazy ultra wide resolution where it can fill 3 screens, but you don't have control over each one. But I'm on a single screen, so that doesn't affect me. But yeah, dirt, and that's, you know, WRC license, so they have, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, it has. I can't remember. Let me make sure. I know it has VR, or I just can't remember if it's gonna be in at launch. It might be like Dirt Rally 2, where it launches like a month or two later. WRC 23 VR. Yeah, VR support won't be there at launch, but it will be added. And from what I understand, Dirt Rally 2's VR was good. But no, I've never tried, I've never done VR. It sounds like it's just a very personal preference. Like some people have no issues with it, and then some people have issues where, like, just when you're going over jumps and stuff, like your eyes, you know, your eyes are telling your brain you should be feeling something and you're not, and that can throw some people off. But yeah, triples with a motion rig is pretty much would be like the end game thing for me. But like triples would be the next serious upgrade. The issue is I'm on a 55-inch LG OLED C2, and to buy 2 more of those would be ridiculous. Not to mention the extra mounts and all that. It's like, I don't know if it would be worth. I feel like I would just like sell this TV and then downsize and go with like 3 smaller monitors is probably what I would do. But yeah, like seeing, because I think it's what, Boosted Media, and I think the Carl Gosling guy, like they both have triple 55-inch setups, and it's like that would be ridiculous. I honestly don't know if this room could like provide enough power with my with everything that I have in here. I tripped the breaker one time when I had my PC running, and it was, I forget what I was doing. I think I was trying to get like make sure the Horizon 5, my profile like would go between the two, and so I had my PC on like running Horizon 5 at essentially max settings, and then I had the Xbox also running Horizon 5 and steering wheel, all that, and it tripped the breakers for this room. So I don't know how much else I'd be able to get going in here, but yeah, I would probably go to like 42s or something, whatever, because I think you can get, because it's going to be hard to go back to anything other than an OLED after doing it, but they sell this exact OLED in a 42-inch size. So I think doing like triple 42s would be enough of a downsize where the image wouldn't be worse, but you know, the price would be more reasonable. Yeah, I was so close to doing an ultra wide, but I don't know. I think just being used to, because I had a 55-inch like TCL TV I played on before this one, and I think I was just so used to this size. It's top corner on one side to the bottom corner on the other side. But yeah, and it's like my rig is, the height and everything is set up for a 55-inch where it is, and the GTOmega motor mount is solid, but it's a pain in the ass to adjust, to fine tune. So especially on your own. But yeah, motion is one of those things where, I mean, one, I live in a townhouse. I feel like if I got a motion rig, that's like something that would, if anything's going to transfer from my unit to the next unit, like it's going to be either a really loud sub in a corner or it's going to be a motion rig freaking going crazy. But I mean, I have a Buttkicker, and like dude next door says he never hears anything. So I don't know. Are they? Yeah, I just, because they don't do the motion rigs. So they only they don't only simulate like the smooth sliding motion, right? Like they're also like if I like just slammed a sausage curb, like it's going to simulate that too a little bit, right? Yeah, because I mean, even with just look, I can tell you, do not, if you have a downstairs neighbor, don't get a butt kicker, because this room I'm in is an upstairs. It's like the spare bedroom, so it's upstairs. If you're downstairs, like in the kitchen under this room, you can hear the butt kicker going. Like it, I mean, it really just sounds like there's a sub, but you can definitely hear it. So I can't imagine like 4 actuators going on. Yeah, that's, I mean, but I do think butt kickers are worth getting if you're ever like, again, just don't have a downstairs neighbor. But because they're, the audible noise isn't loud. It's really just the vibration it transmits through the floor. So like, I don't think it would bother next door neighbors really. I think it would really just be downstairs neighbors. A butt kicker, yeah, it's just it's essentially just a rumble motor. Like if you ever had a Nintendo 64 and had the rumble pack in the controller, it's essentially that. But it runs off of an audio signal, and it's from what I've seen, it's actually just a subwoofer without a cone. So it just makes it, you feel bass frequencies. But you can use SimHub software, and it uses telemetry from the game and transmits what's going on in the game to the butt kicker. So you just get vibration, like, and you can, different effects you can set higher. So like when I play Dirt Rally, I have like a jump landing to be a really strong effect. Yeah, I'm interested to see it. Was it like at a, like someone you know, or was it at an event somewhere? But yeah, butt kickers is sweet, and you can get up, you can do a bunch of them. I know a lot of people do 4. They do 1 at each corner, and you can tie a butt kicker to a specific wheel on the car, which you have to like daisy chain a bunch of amps and stuff. But there's a lot you can do. But I think for me personally, 1 butt kicker is enough to be way more immersive. But it won't make you faster. It's one of those things where you don't really notice it until you don't have it anymore, if that makes sense. Like it's nice, but it's not like a transformative thing. It just makes it a little more immersive. And it's funny because you first get a butt kicker and you're like, oh, I want to, get my money's worth and make sure I feel everything. And you turn it up to the point where it's just distracting. So then you turn it down to where it's more subtle. And then, like I said, at that point, the only time you really notice, it's very natural. So the only time you notice it is when you forget to turn it on or something. But yeah, appreciate it, man. You have a good night. And yeah, I hope to see you the last round. I don't know what track it is, but hopefully it's a good one. Did you sign up in Pro or Am? So we're both, it was for a company I was helping out. You helped build it at a person's house? Dude, that's sick. That's like the dream. Well, no, that's about a dream job. Damn, okay. Oh, Hungary. Oh, that's a tricky one. That chicane is brutal. I could imagine like building rigs for people is awesome, and then, but doing that full time, like, that would kill my back. Trying to like adjust, just even me, like trying to adjust my pedal plate is just like throwing out my back. I want to see if I can hear the motion. Oh my God, yeah. I know that's not coming through the mic, but yeah, that would yeah. Especially, yeah. I don't know. That would be fun. Motion thing. That was loud though. If I ever get my own standalone house and somehow have that much money laying around to justify doing, because that honestly would be, I mean, that spending money on motion rig would be more than it would cost me to do 2 more 55-inch LG OLEDs and go triples. But then yeah, I guess with the bezel kit size, you just get 2 bezel kits and stack them on top of each other. The motion ring by itself is 10K, yeah. Because that's the only one I've seen that's like fairly reasonable is like the Next Level Racing one that's 3K, but reasonable and plenty of quotation marks. But yeah, like one that, you know, if you're not really like using it for serious training or something, like I couldn't imagine doing 10K. D-Box kit for 10K. God, that must be nice, man. 10K just for the motion ring. I bet it's awesome though. But the other thing too is like you make your sim too serious and then like I don't know. If you ever had to like downsize it or downgrade it or something, it would just suck. So that's like already whenever I move, this is all going to be such a pain in the ass to move. I keep the box for everything, like wheelbase, all that. I keep those boxes. It's way easier to move with stuff, but like you're not really going to keep a box for an 80/20 rig and TV stand and all that. Yeah, because I guess you can't even put like a rig. You can at least put on casters, but I imagine if it's on the motion thing, you're not going to put the motion thing on casters. Because then you'll start literally just drifting across the room. God, imagine like what movers think too. If you hire movers to do it, they come in and are just like, really? Like I'm sure they probably had to deal with worse, but I imagine that'd be very high on the list of things they did not want to deal with. Upstairs, yeah. I mean that's how mine is. Mine's upstairs. And the way my staircase is too is like a pain for. It's very tall. Like the ceiling above the stairs is tall, but the hallway's so narrow, and then it does like a 90-degree turn, and so you have to really be careful with it. Hey, see you, man. Have a good night. Yeah, I'm about to hop off too. I gotta work in the morning. But yeah, good result tonight. It's P2. Yeah. I lived on the first floor before this house. I was first floor apartment, and it did suck like hearing people. I mean, it was not a nice apartment. It was like, you know, the paper thin walls. Like I could hear the person I don't know if it's the person next to me or the person above me. Like I could hear someone just the beeping from their microwave. And I'm like, you know, that's not them being loud. That's just the walls being super thin. So it did kind of suck when I'd have like someone just stomping upstairs, you know, or there was one person I had that I swear they just got up in the morning and dropped bowling balls out of their bed. But and that I lived there like 2 years, and there were probably like 6 different people that rented that place above me. Yeah, see that's not that bad. And that's the thing is like I'm used to, you know, it's like if you just barely hear someone walking, like if you live in a house with a roommate, like you hear them walking around, right? So like as long as it wasn't super loud, I didn't mind it. But yeah, I mean being on the first floor, like not having to carry groceries upstairs, um, you know, anything like that was super nice. So pros and cons. Pros and cons. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it there and try to go to bed immediately after this race. But yeah, like I said, I should be on tomorrow around 6. It'll be like 5:45, 6, 6:15. iRacing, it kind of just depends on when the races I want to do start. So that one's hard to kind of schedule like I do with LFM. But yeah. Yeah, you too, man. Um are you doing IMSA? I can't remember. I feel like you signed up. It'll be good to race in IMSA with you. Didn't sign up yet, okay. Yeah, that'll be fun. P2 or GTP. Yeah, the heart probably says GTP and the brain probably says LMP2 because we need more LMP2 people in the split. From looking at, although it looked like there were a couple signups, so I don't know. I mean, thankfully, all three grids have, or all three classes have a decent amount of people in them, so you won't be like racing yourself no matter what you choose. But I think GTP might turn chaotic. We'll see. We shall see. But yeah, you have a good night, man. And yeah, everybody else who dropped in, I appreciate it. And I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.